This is Epic Groupcast. I'm Anthony.
I'm Alan.
It's Jordan.
And Lawrence.
Today is about the fans. This show will be entirely based on your comments.
What do we have, Anthony, for our comments?
Not
Start
a lot,
off.
really. It's hard, you know. I would say that both of our fans have done a fantastic job of commenting.
Both of our fans.
We
I
really
believe
appreciate both of you.
After this episode, they can make comments about their comments that we talk about.
Yeah, and then we'll do another show.
If we can, as
It's like
meta as
Inception.
we can get.
Yep.
Yeah.
Commentception. People
I
love
want
that.
I want in like 6 episodes from now, people are like, I'm not even sure what we're talking about anymore.
It
Comments.
started off okay.
Got
Then about
weird.
4 episodes in, they were referencing references.
It changes from a podcast to just
Hey.
us talking and then
Yep.
people commenting about us talking.
Hey guys, remember that time we talked about that one game?
Yeah. with the remote control and
Yeah.
the buttons, you gotta hit A a lot.
It was a good time.
Sure.
All right.
I think you're talking about Mario Party.
Oh. Until it was the Wii remote, and then it turned in from, like,
Ooh,
how hard can
I
you
gotta-
mash A to how fast can you masturbate?
Jerk it.
It's basically, yeah, like there were a lot of those games where I'm like, I've been training for this for years. Like I can pump this balloon like a champ.
Do you remember that there's one game where and it was a soda?
It's just, yeah, you're
and
shaking
you're
the soda
shaking
can.
soda, and then at the very end, they're like, let's see how high it explodes!
Yep.
Peach wins!
Nope.
Oh. Mario's a lucky guy.
When I was playing, Luigi won every time. I even on hard, I destroyed the computer on that game.
Okay. So since we're already on video games, just so we can clear things up, I was not involved in the video game podcast because I don't have hand-eye coordination. Perhaps Lawrence could explain it better as to why I don't play video games.
Yeah, we used to, me and Jeremy, my friend, and Anthony used to all get together after work, and we would hang out, and we would play, like, Super Nintendo. This is, like, 2000 or so, when we were just playing
Long
yeah.
ago.
We're playing Mario
Turn of the
All-Stars.
millennium.
And Anthony,
Y2K.
we would be playing Mario, and, you know, like, my entire life, like, you hold the B button and run, and then you just, you know, you hit your A while you're still holding your B button.
Yeah.
But Anthony, like, not only could he not hold B and hit A at the same time, so he would be going back and forth between B and A, but he also couldn't push the direction pad while he was changing buttons. So, like, he would jump up in the air and then have to hit the right button to go over the hole. So, like, every other jump, Anthony was just jumping directly in the hole.
Like-
and I'm like, you have to hold your over button while you're jumping. And he's like, I can't do that.
So in reality, it would
I
be
don't know
like,
that it was
if
that
you're
bad.
running down the
Dude.
street and you want to do a long jump, Anthony would just be like, run, stop,
Stop,
jump, straight
jump.
up, and like slightly
And-
move forward.
And then try to go forward from there. Like,
Lawrence
no
would be getting,
forward
like-
momentum whatsoever.
Lawrence would be getting like 13 feet on your jump, and Anthony would be like 13 centimeters.
Yeah,
Sounds good. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, it was. We were all on World 8. He was on World 1-1 still.
I've
How do you
never
guys get over this hole? I can't even jump over that pipe at the beginning.
I've never beat Super Mario Brothers. I've
Really?
never beat that game. Never.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but I might have like very young cousins that can do that easily.
Yeah,
sure.
like I beat it when I was, I think, 6 years old.
Games that I've beat, Primal Rage. I don't know if you guys played that or not.
Yeah,
But it's a
because you can button
game.
mash. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mortal Kombat 4 in easy mode. Button mashing.
On easy mode.
Easy. Like, the easiest mode.
you
Where they
just sit
don't
there
even
and do the
fight.
sweep.
It's actually you just punching just a limp corpse.
Just
yeah.
uppercut
They're
over
half
and
dead
over
when
again.
you start.
Flawless victory.
So yeah, there's very few games have I actually ever beaten. I like playing Burger Time, though. I had that game whenever I was a kid, where you run over the hamburger buns and you're
Yeah.
chased by eggs and
You got to get like the
Sausages.
bottom bun, and
I
then you got to
remember
put all
that.
your stuff on.
that was a good game.
Yeah, it was not.
But did you ever
a
play
good
like
game.
Paperboy?
No,
Wow.
I
didn't have a lot of games.
You'd be good with Paperboy.
That's your problem. Is like, but it takes a little bit of hand-eye coordination because you got to
Well-
watch out for dogs while you're throwing it in the mailbox.
that's
The
true.
thing about Paperboy is it goes forward for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. So even if you're like hanging out at the back, you're still going forward. It's pushing you forward. But hanging out at the back is dangerous because then if something comes up, you're
Yeah.
just stuck there. It's
yeah,
tough.
that's sad.
It sounds weird, but like, why don't they make a new Paperboy game? I would play that.
Did they not update it?
I thought
did.
I got
For
Paperboy
64.
64.
Yeah, for 64.
Yeah.
I realized the
We're
other
like 2
day
generations past that.
I was I was looking through all the games that I purchased since that podcast, and I own Paperboy 1, Paperboy 2, and Paperboy 64. I own 3
Nice.
Paperboy
The
games.
trilogy.
I'm sure there were some on Game Boy or something too, but
If you would have been paid to play those games like a real Paperboy, you would have made so much money. I bet.
Paperboy was a weird game.
well, I was
because
a
it was-
Paperboy. That's what actually got me interested in it to begin with.
Oh yeah.
No.
They made one of those games for just about every system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one for Sega.
Yeah. Paperboy was awesome because you go immediately from like I'm doing my morning job to now I'm gonna go off road.
Yeah.
Jump through
Now it's
flames.
stunt course.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
It was the worst thing because as a child, I bet people played Paperboy and were like, "Okay, I can do that job."
Well, see, like seriously, I was a Paperboy for years, and at the end of my route every day, I'm like, what would make this so much cooler is if there was ramps and stuff and moving fire that I could ride my bike through. But no,
Actually, I think my favorite part about Paperboy was the houses that you're not supposed to throw mail to were like distinctly different and like
no, like I love the fact that like. Okay, I got a paper subscription. Now I have to go outside and paint my house white, so the paper boy knows that he has to deliver to my house. But if he pisses me off, I'm painting this house red.
if he throws one more paper through my window, I'm getting rid of my mailbox.
Yep.
So he knows that he is not welcome here.
Exactly.
The people that don't want papers get 5. One in every window.
Yeah. And then the next week, they're your
Also,
subscribers.
That game did teach me that if a dog was ever chasing you, you just throw a
Hit
paper at it.
Yeah, hit it with a paper
Same
and
thing
it'll
with like
stop.
lawnmowers and
Or
stuff.
remote control cars. Or
Yeah.
doing the break dancing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Avoid the drains in the road.
Yeah.
Those are
Those are
bad.
killers.
They grab your tire and never let go.
yeah, did anybody play Toe Jam and Earl?
Oh, I love Toe Jam and Earl.
I played a little bit of it. My friend Caleb was way more into it than I was.
Yeah, see, like,
I have never played it.
I played it as a child, I think I was 8 or 9 when it came out, and
Isn't the premise of that game like you're just 2 aliens trying to get back home?
yeah, like you're these 2 aliens and you come to a planet, I don't even think it's Earth, and you crash your spaceship, and then there are like pieces of your spaceship all over the world.
So it's like
And you
Pikmin, but without racism. Because that's Pikmin. Pikmin is all about putting their segregation.
Oh.
It is.
Yeah,
The
but
reds are over
Pikmin.
here,
You have
yellows
a-
are
you have
there,
a button
blues
for
are
it.
there. Yeah.
But it was kinda cool,
It's a
like-
single whistle. Get in line.
You could get cool power-ups and stuff, and then you could run really fast, or you had like a floaty so you could go in the water, or
That's
I don't
cool.
remember, you could jump, I think. There was one where you could jump. I don't really remember all the power-ups, but it was pretty fun.
Nothing like an old school platformer where the special power was jumping.
Jumping, yeah. Without this, maybe it was jump extra high. I don't really remember what it was, but it was like vertical. Like the next level, you would actually like be floating on out in the space or whatever. And then if you fell through a hole, you could fall like from level whatever 7 or 8 or something all the way back down to the very bottom. If you weren't careful or if you
That's
fell in the wrong
terrible.
spot. Yeah, it was
If
tough for a child.
If like game designers made a game like that today, there'd be so many people ticked off about that.
Yeah,
Like,
like I'm back at the beginning, basically.
yeah, you play Gears and you're at the very end, like I'm fighting the boss battle and I slipped through a little hole and now I'm
Yeah.
at the very beginning. I
Yep.
just wasted 8 hours of my
Freaking
life.
Acme portable hole.
Yep.
Anyone play Battletoads?
Yes.
Was that a game? Was there...
Alan and I are going to go head to head on this because
Fight.
Battletoads is one of the greatest games on regular Nintendo. That is still my opinion.
I
I
agree.
think Battletoads is extremely frustrating.
It is frustrating,
It is.
but it's fun still. And it's funny, kind of like, there are like levels where you're rappelling or you're climbing up a rope or something, and you can like turn your guy into like, I don't even remember, it's like a bell or something, right? And you knock the guys off. The goal is to not get hit.
That whole game is ridiculous.
It
You're
is
like
ridiculous.
shape-shifting, like,
Toads.
warrior toads
Yep.
that are being instructed by a Dr. Chicken. And, like, wasn't the boss, like, The evil person was some other animal. I can't remember.
It sounds like a good time.
It's a lot of
it's fun. And, like, yeah, if you're running, you can, like, turn into a ram and, like, hit the guys. And, I don't know, it's just fun. It was just thoughtless fun. You didn't even have to worry about save points and stuff. You're just going around hitting things.
I do remember one of the things that frustrated me the most in that entire game were, one, the levels where you were on, like, the moped things, like the skis.
Like that was tough.
And it was, because it was like, here's a brief example of where the next ramp or obstacle is going to be, and you legit have, like, less than a second to respond.
Yeah.
And that was difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, the biggest thing that ticks me off was friendly fire in that game. Like, you could legitimately destroy your partner just by attacking them. And even on accident, too. I killed
Couldn't you, like,
so
pick up
many.
your partner and throw them at people and stuff? Yeah.
Okay, so we had on our shows that ended too soon, there was a comment about a TV show that was on our list. Somebody did support the show. I hate to bring it up, but it's a show that Jordan loved, and it's Stargate Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody else wished that would have lasted a little longer. And then also The Cape. Did anyone watch The Cape?
I think just you, Anthony.
I watched The Cape. It was alright. It wasn't great.
How many episodes did it have? Like,
I don't know.
It wasn't even
It
a full
was-
season.
No, it might have had 13, but
I like that someone else agrees that Stargate Universe was canceled too soon, because it was. I will fully agree with people when they say the first season was very slow and it really wasn't all that fantastic. But after that season, they kind of. I really feel like they were just like, all right, look, we tried this new thing of season 1 where it's like Stargate meets Battlestar and it didn't work.
mm-hmm.
Now we're going to go back kind of like the old school Stargate formula. Like, we're going to go planet hopping and.
See, that
here's
must be
recurring
my
enemies.
problem, is that I just gave up too soon. You know, like,
well,
the whole Stargate meets Battlestar thing was too much for me,
the
and I quit watching after season
they
1.
recently announced that they want to work on a Stargate movie trilogy,
Mhm.
and that was a lot of the comments on there that I seen was that people said, bring back Stargate Universe before you do this movie.
Yeah, but they were talking about rebooting the movie.
Right.
Like, rebooting the whole franchise, and, like, that's cool. And no joke, like, with today's technology, I would love to see a movie like that. Like, it wouldn't look as cheesy as, like, Stargate, the movie, and the beginning of SG-1 was. Because, like, every time you saw that iris pop out, when you first saw it, you're like, oh, wow, that's so cool. But then as time went by, technology got better, and it seemed like they still were using the same effects for the, what do they call it? Not the gate, but
Event Horizon.
the Event Horizon, yeah. I think I would like a Stargate reboot, but what else we got?
We got comments on our Man of Steel video about Man of Steel sucked. Man of Steel, the movie sucked. I would disagree with that. But
I want people. I wish that whoever that was would have explained like why they thought it sucked and what they didn't like about it.
Because like most people, the complaints that I hear are effects related mostly. You know, like we haven't seen any new effects in this movie. You know, this is all stuff that's been done before, and it looked like crap in the Hulk or the Incredible Hulk. You know, and it still looks like crap. Which we all said that yes, there was part of that movie that looked like crap, but overall, I don't know. I thought it was really good.
I think if you just took out the CGI last battle, the CGI was okay.
Yeah, if they could have just somehow got Zod sucked into the Phantom Zone or whatever again, rather than
you mean like it was
like just took off the last 15 minutes of the movie, I think it would have been so much better.
You mean how it was
or if he could have just like
written?
thrown him, or you know, like if they were like fighting on the ground and he somehow got him up, you know, like.
Yeah.
They would have had to started fighting a little bit earlier, but then throwing him into the Phantom Zone.
Actually,
or
now that you
something.
say that, I think I would have liked it more if, like, they were both, like, Superman and Zod were both on the ship, and then as it gets sucked into the Phantom Zone, like, the ship is in the Phantom Zone, and the other Kryptonians are messed up and they can't fight, but, like, Zod and Superman are fighting in the Phantom Zone, and Superman's trying to get out. I think that would have been a lot cooler.
Yeah.
Than
Or like
just
as the
property
ship's
damage.
going through, they're
Yeah.
and then like he escapes last second or something.
Yeah, I think that would have been much better.
Yeah,
Using
then
power
destroying
absorbed
half
from
the
our
city
Yellow sun.
Yeah.
because he's a big capacitor.
Like, Superman
Super
could technically
capacitor.
live forever until our sun turned red. And then of which he's just...
average
and he's just
guy.
an annoying old grandpa that's like, in my day,
Back in my day, the light was yellow.
I could fly Bullets would bounce off my eye.
Whatever, Grandpa, we're going to the store.
Oh man, that reminds me. Actually, everyone should watch Robot Chicken's DC Comics special.
7
Because
times.
7, yes, it is fantastic.
Also on our Man of Steel was that we mentioned possible sequels and having Brainiac being another alien invasion type movie, and someone said that they could basically do a Brainiac movie where he starts out on Earth because of all the crashed Kryptonian technology. But to me, that sounds like it'll be the plot of Avengers 2.
Kind of. Because didn't they practically say that Avengers 2 is going to be that Tony Stark, as no longer Iron Man, creates
Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the rumors.
But
But yeah, I mean, I would like to see Brainiac involved at some point. Clearly, now we know Brainiac's not going to be in the next movie. He might be hinted towards at
Yeah.
best, but
I'm
won't
going to
be
throw
there.
this out there. I really don't think that Brainiac is going to be in a Superman movie. Because I personally feel like...
Superman Lives ruined it.
No, I think what happened was... Or what's going to happen is we're going to have Man of Steel 2 where Batfleck is going to be in there and saving the day along with Superman. But after that, I don't think we're going to get very many Superman movies.
Probably not.
Because the biggest problem with Superman is that he's so overpowered and he solves every problem pretty much the same way by just punching it a lot and hardly.
By turning the world backwards, super fast.
Or flying so fast that time travel just invents itself. But, like, I don't think there's very many things that they could put in a Superman movie that would make it different from previous ones, you know? I mean,
could be.
Superman 1 was him just, okay, well, he's weakened by kryptonite. He's got to overcome that and save the day. All right, good job. Superman 2, fight a bunch of Kryptonians. That's Man of Steel. Superman 3, fight a computer.
Let's see Brainiac.
It was more like fight a computer and hang out with Richard Pryor.
Well, yeah.
In Superman
They
4...
could get Chris Rock for Man of
get
Steel
Chris
3.
Rock. But like in Superman 4 was just pretty much Superman versus Superman.
Right.
And that's not... I don't know. I honestly don't think that we'll see another Superman movie, just him. I really don't think we will. I think we're going to get a Superman-Batman movie. That'll go into a Justice League movie. And we'll
Maybe a
get sequels to
Trinity.
that. Maybe a Trinity. Maybe, yeah. But I don't think we can. I really don't think that Superman... And I guarantee there will be people disagree with me when I say this, but I don't think Superman can hold a movie by himself after that initial Look At Me, I'm Superman movie.
After the Kryptonians.
Yeah.
On the same lines as Man of Steel, talking about Batfleck being added, we had a comment that Ben Affleck is too big a liberal to be a good Batman. He won't be tough on crime. So
Instead of, like, beating the crap out of him and dragging him to Arkham, he's just gonna bring, like, a giant desk, have a white wig, and be the judge. He's just gonna put him in court right there.
no, that'll never happen. Never happen on the old Batfleck.
What do we all think about Ben Affleck as Batman?
I don't know. I think we should definitely dedicate a whole show just
Alright.
to that, just because I'm sure it'll get deep. An important thing to talk about, though, is X-Men First Class.
Yes. Because of you, fans, Anthony was forced to watch a movie that he...
Poor guy.
Gun to his head, I will watch X-Men First Class.
I did it for the fans. I'm still not happy about it.
What did you
I
think
do
about
appreciate the fans.
What'd you think about it?
It was kind of nice to see Charles Xavier the college years, how he's trying to pick up bar skanks. That was interesting. It was an interesting twist on Professor X.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people that probably didn't need to be in the movie that would have probably made it better.
Like who?
I would have been happier without Emma Frost being in the film. One of the things that really bugged me about that is, okay, she's got her diamond form already, and I'll accept that because it's a movie. But it's a diamond form, and Magneto wraps her up with some bedposts, and it's
Right.
going to shatter.
Yeah.
It's a bit too much for me.
But he's so good at controlling metal that he
Right.
can hold its structure while breaking diamond.
He's a very impressive man. And
Also, why does she have to look naked? Like, why does her clothes?
Right,
have
why
to
does
be
her
covered
clothes-
yeah, I
as
didn't get
well?
that.
I didn't. Yeah,
maybe they thought it would just fit better for the movie.
I think
but-
they're just like, we have January Jones. We could make her diamond and make her appear to be naked.
And yeah, fanboys will love it.
Uh,
I really liked Fassbender's poop face whenever he was trying to turn the satellite dish towards them. That was so bad.
the best part about that is like whenever that was on, I think it was on Cinemax, and Cinemax always does that. Like they'll sit down everyone of the cast, and it's just like a big like Q&A going back and forth.
Right.
Like, tell us your experience with the movie, making it, blah blah. And they were Fassbender and Xavier's actor. What's his name? I can't think of his name. Regardless, they were talking about who had the most ridiculous face they had to make whenever
Yeah.
they were doing a power, and
James
Xavier,
McAvoy.
yeah, James McAvoy was just like, every time I'd have to like put my fingers on my forehead and then think really hard, and that was really silly for me to do it. And Fassbender was like, really? Because like whenever I had to move the
Dish.
satellite, he's just like, I have to look like I'm just concentrating so hard. He's like, imagine doing that and nothing actually happening. But
He pooped afterwards. I hope.
I think you're confusing poop with a single tear. He was so moved by
Yeah.
his mother at candlelight that
Yeah.
he pooped while moving a satellite dish.
So, one thing that I hated, well, there's a few things I hated about the movie. The 80s montage where they're training, the training montage, I call
Oh,
that
yeah.
the 80s fix up the house montage. You know, we're getting together and we're gonna do this. We're gonna train our powers. That, I could do without that. And how they use the comic book panels. I hate when movies, they put stuff in blocks in
Yeah.
the film. And it just, I'm assuming to make it look like comic book panels. They did the same thing in The Hulk. And I hated
Yeah.
it then, and we get it, it's a comic book movie.
Did they did that?
I
did they
kind of
do
like
for
it because
Watchmen?
it gives you the idea that things are happening in parallel.
Yeah.
I just care for it.
It's just a fun way to show that, more things are happening other than what you're seeing.
And it's just, dancing and painting the house. That's all it is. So overall, I did not care for the movie, but
Really?
it's by far the best of probably the X-Men films.
Really? You
Yeah.
think that First Class is the best X-Men movie
Well, I don't know.
that's been made? Live action, I should say.
X2 is pretty good.
Yeah.
So I definitely liked it way better than the third one, and way better than X-Men Origins.
Did you like the Wolverine?
Well, I haven't
Uh,
seen the Wolverine.
No, like the
See-
Wolverine cameo. in
Oh
First
yeah,
Class.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was worth watching the whole movie right there for nothing
Really?
else. Yeah,
That 3-second
yeah,
cameo?
because it's funny.
I feel the same way about X-Men Origins as I do about Man of Steel. Like, if they would just chop off the last 15 minutes, I would love that movie.
Yeah.
It bugged the crap out of me though that they're like, my best friend's just been shot, and he's like, go on. And she does. She's like,
Yeah.
we've been childhood friends.
I remember people throwing a fit about that because, like,
I'm
even
out.
if this was a quote unquote real movie, no one would be like, the person who saved me from being a homeless child
Right.
just got shot by the man that I apparently had sex with, and is like, well, see ya, because I'm gonna head out of here.
I gotta get mine.
Yeah.
Out.
I don't know. I'm excited because I've seen stills from the new X-Men movie.
Yeah,
And
Days
it's
of
got-
Future Past.
Yeah, and it's got McAvoy and his. It's in the 70s, so it's
Yeah.
him in his wheelchair, but he's got like this like rockin' 70s like denim, not denim, but like fancy looking jacket, and he has this really weird hair going on.
Yeah, and
and
yeah,
I
he
think
looks
that's-
very 70s.
Yeah, I'm pumped about that.
Man, did you guys see that picture that Hugh Jackman tweeted, though? Where he's like, if the bar's not bending, you're just pretending, I think is what it said. And he's like, he's ripped.
Really?
Like, yeah, and I don't know how much he's lifting, but it looked like, 4 or 5 45-pound weights on each side or something like that. And it's just ridiculous.
Isn't he in his 40s too?
He
Like,
tries to get bigger for every film. That's what he
Yeah,
said. That's his
really.
goal, is to be bigger in every film.
Goodness, which is scary because I remember reading somewhere that they were offering him like ridiculous amounts of money to play Wolverine in like 6 or 7 more movies.
Good grief. I don't know if I can handle that many Wolverine
Old
movies.
Oh,
Wolverine
man,
in the
I
last
could.
movie.
So, we did a superpower. early on. We did a superpower discussion,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a comment on it, and somebody said that they would wish they had the ability to remedy any situation. And I think that that's the superpower that Joel McHale has in Community.
See, like, that's just
But it always includes a monologue.
Right, yeah.
that's just cheap. Like, well, let's wrap this up. It's like, you
Wave
want to
my
take over
magic
the
wand.
you want to take over the world? Okay, well, let me explain this to you. Like,
Let me break it down.
let me tell you why this won't work.
Let me get you a list of supplies we'll need.
You know,
And then they just quit.
and there we go. That's
So-
why this won't
Just
happen.
monologue them. to
Here's a
death.
nice, pretty bow to put on top.
Oh man, I wish that could be a superpower.
I know.
I mean,
It'd
be
be a
cool.
really terrible read for a comic book. though.
Right, yeah.
yeah, it would not be an entertaining watch or read ever.
Nope.
Oh.
But sure, it would come in
We're going to
convenient.
World War III.
Let me talk you out of this.
Mr. Fixer shows up and is just like, nope, we're not. You want this? Here, now you have it. You want that? Here, there you have it.
I think that basically the wolf from Pulp Fiction, like, that was his superpower.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
that
like-
is true.
What? You're sending the wolf? That's all you had to say.
We had a comment that we all have very sexy voices. That's something.
Well, that's just
But
true.
but then, in addition to that, at least 3 people who don't know Lawrence have told me that he sounds like Seth Rogen.
Told you.
That is exactly what I've always said.
I know. I get that quite a bit, honestly. Like, Randall is like, I never hear it. But even, like, once in a while I will hear it. Like, I'll be talking, I'll be like, that was very Rogan-esque.
Watch Pineapple Express and
Yes.
listen to Seth Rogen just yelling.
Yeah.
And,
Like,
Yeah.
and then
I'm
tell
just
me
glad
that
I don't have his
doesn't sound
laugh.
Exactly
That's-
like Lawrence.
That's the only thing, because he's got the...
I won't lie, if you made an adamant effort to change your laughter to that,
I-
I would like you more as a person.
Well,
It would make me laugh.
I'll work toward it.
So at some
I'll do what I
point,
can.
we'll do a show, and it'll just be Lawrence reading Rogen's lines from movie.
We'll get the script knocked up,
We
and we'll just let you go to town.
we'll just say that we have Seth Rogen on the show, and then every comment will be a line from a movie. We'll ask him questions.
We'll play his line, and then I'll say his line.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we had one question for the group. Do we record these in the nude?
Not all of them.
Well, I'll just say my question is going to be: do you really want to know that? Like, do you really want to?
Pull back the curtain.
Yeah. Do you really want that?
Whoa,
barrier?
I think out of interest for our intellectual property, we should keep this a secret.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Probably
It's
for the
understandable.
best. But
And at this point, we edit in the sound of a zipper going up.
Mhm.
Like,
if only our edit man was that good.
I
But,
had to go to the
spoiler,
police academy.
I'm naked.
Spoiler alert. What you don't know is that Lawrence is actually sitting in a chair holding himself. And you can just think of whatever that means.
Usually he is. But I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
All right. Keep the comments coming. We probably won't do a lot of these type shows, but
Well, I mean, if we have a lot of comments and like, I would love to see
periodically.
Yeah, if you guys have like questions for us, like what you want us to talk about or anything like that, like
Don't
shout
ask
them
about
out.
what we're wearing though. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
give us
a
like
secret.
some topics that you'd like for us to just randomly talk about.
Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, like and subscribe on YouTube. Be sure to comment.
We out.
Like Seacrest.